Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to learn about a very interesting concept which is called as broadcasting. Now the term broadcasting refers to the ability of NumPy to treat arrays of different shapes during arithmetic operations. Now arithmetic operations on arrays are usually done on corresponding elements. That is, if two arrays are of exactly same shape, let's say you have a 3x3 array or a 3x4 array as we have over here, and if you have another 3x4 array, you could easily go ahead and add their elements up. So if we have an identical array over here, the 0 gets added with 0, 1 gets added with 1, 2 gets added with 2. So that's actually quite simple. That's you could basically go ahead and add two arrays up, and that's actually going to have no issues at all. But let's say you have let's say two arrays of different shapes. So in that case, things become actually quite complicated. So let's learn how we could go ahead and perform broadcasting on arrays. So initially we are actually going to take an example wherein we will perform arithmetic operations on two arrays having the same shape, and later we will learn how we could go ahead and perform arithmetic operations on two arrays with different shapes using broadcasting. So let's first go ahead and start everything from scratch. So let me just go ahead and quickly clean this stuff up, and we will actually start everything from scratch. So we will import numpy as np, and we will create the first array. So let's name this array as a. So a equals, let's say, np dot array, and in here what we will do is that we will create a simple array because we actually want to learn about broadcasting. So the simple the better. So np dot array, and let's create the second one, which is going to be, let's say, 10 20 30 40. So now what happens is that let's say you have the third array, which is going to be an arithmetic multiplication of two arrays a and b. So a multiplied by b, and let's say we print out the final value of c. So when you run this code, what actually happens is that 1 gets multiplied by 10, 2 gets multiplied by 20, 3 gets multiplied by 30, and 4 gets multiplied by 40. And as you could see, we get the array C. So this is actually quite simple to perform an arithmetic operation when the two arrays actually have the same shape. And by same shape, I mean it actually have the same dimension and it actually has the same number of elements. So it's actually quite easy to do that. But if the dimensions of two arrays are dissimilar, then these kind of element to element operations are not possible. Now, however, operations of arrays of non-similar shapes is still possible in NumPy because of the broadcasting ability or broadcasting capability. Now, the smaller array is broadcasted to the size of the larger array so that they have the compatible shapes. Now let's go ahead and understand how broadcasting actually works. So we are actually going to create two brand new arrays. So that's going to be np.array. And in here, we are actually going to create a multi-dimensional array that's going to be 1, 2, 3. And let's say 4, 5, 6. And the final one is going to be, let's say, 7, 8, 9. So this is actually a 3x3 array. Now let's create an array B, which is going to be a single dimensional array. So np.array, and let's say that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Now let's say you want to add up these two arrays. So what broadcasting actually does is that it's actually going to expand the array B so that it actually matches up with the elements of array A. So what actually happens here is that if you print the array A and if you print the array B, if you could notice, this is how the structure of array A looks like, and this is how the structure of array B looks like. So what broadcasting is going to do is that it's going to actually expand this array. So that's going to be an array similar to this. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And that actually happens when you actually perform the arithmetic operation between those arrays. So when you type in print a plus b, and when you run this code, as you could see, what happens is that 1, 2, 3 gets added to these 1, 2, 3, and it actually becomes 2, 4, 6. The 1, 2, 3 also gets added to this 4, 5, 6. So 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 5 is 7, and 3 plus 6 is 9. So actually we get the result over here, and the same 1, 2, 3, which is the array B, gets added with array A over here, which turns out to be 8, 10, and 12. So this is how broadcasting actually works, and the same applies to other arithmetic operations as well. So what broadcasting actually does is that The smaller array is broadcasted to the size of the larger array so that they have compatible shapes. So now the newly created array, while we perform addition operation, is 1 to 3, 1 to 3 and 1 to 3, and later the arithmetic operation between those two arrays is carried out. So that's it for this lecture, and hopefully you guys were able to understand this simple yet important concept of broadcasting. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.